Good evening. I hope you've had a wonderful day. My name is Ade, owner of the Wellness Club, aka Wellness with Ade. I do wellness, I do advocacy, I'm a coach, I'm a mentor, I'm a teacher. Especially advocacy is very, very, very dear to my heart. As I've said before, my family, my husband and I will have three wonderful children who have disabilities. I want to share something that happened this afternoon. It involves a woman who was in a wheelchair crossing the street. Now, in North Carolina, it's been raining a lot lately, and that's because of the storm that we all know about and that is ravaging across the country. This afternoon, on my way to Walmart, I was at an intersection, a few cars behind, maybe the fifth car in line to cross. I realized that there was a backup traffic. And so I waited. As I got closer to the intersection, I realized that the backup was caused by a lady crossing the intersection. This lady was in a wheelchair, a manual wheelchair. I'm talking about the type that you have to push yourself or have somebody who's behind you push the chair. Now, she also had another manual wheelchair in front of her that seems to be holding what I can only assume that are her luggages or her belongings. And so, as this lady is struggling, I mean, she will take her manual wheelchair, push it up a little bit, and then while she's hoping that it doesn't roll back, she's moving herself forward. Again, it is raining. It is pouring down rain. Well, not torrential rain, but it was raining. It was raining quite a bit. Now, I saw something that did not frustrate me. It did not amaze me. I think it hurt even more, especially having to experience that my very self. This lady, again, she's crossing the intersection. Then there was a car, a white sedan, that seemed to be in so much of a hurry that this sedan almost knocked the woman over. Apparently, wherever this owner of the sedan was going, if they did not get there on time, heaven was going to fall. Hell was going to freeze over. No patience. No patience whatsoever. I mean, just almost knocking the woman down. And I sat there as I looked and realized that no one was getting out of their car. No one wanted to get wet just to help someone who is disabled trying to cross the road. Okay. And so I think that's what hurt me the most. That we care so much less about other human beings that we rather not get wet and just watch them struggle. Yes, this person is already going through a rough time. This woman, for whatever her diagnosis may be, for whatever the situation is in the rain. She's in a manual wheelchair. She has another wheelchair in front of her. And everybody is looking like, well, lady, hurry up and cross already. I got things to do. Anyway, by the way, I had to calm down maybe 100 or 200% to be this relaxed in terms of my presentation to you about this event that happened. So as I got closer to the lady, I pulled over and then I asked her, would you like some help? Which is the very first thing you want to do when you approach someone or an individual with disability, physical or not. You want to ask if they want your help. So I did. She said yes. She said, I just want to go to that gas station and get out of the rain. So I pulled over in the gas station, got out of my car, yes, in the rain, and went and helped her. She asked me to move the first one, which is the wheelchair in front of her. I moved that wheelchair under the gas station roof. Then I went back to get her because at this time she, both hands are free, so she wants to pedal faster. And so I had to help her over the hill, push her to the gas station so where she's under the roof and she's no longer getting wet. As we're talking, because I'm asking her at this point, would you like for me to go and ask the gas station manager if you can stay a little closer to the door? Because she said she had called for a ride and she was just waiting for that ride. There was a gentleman who pulled over. He was in a black SUV. He asked her, do you have enough money for a hotel? Do you have any money for a hotel? The lady says no, and I don't know if they will rent to me or they won't rent to me, something like that. And so as I'm watching this happen, first of all, I am just in shock that he's asking her this. And so he opens his wallet and gives this lady all of the cash that he had in there. Just put his hand in there and hand it over to her. She starts crying. She starts crying and she says, y'all pray for me. Pray for me. My name is, I won't call her name. Please pray for me. We did. I prayed for her, asked for the Lord's intervention, and I prayed for God to protect her wherever she would be going and that he will heal her out of this situation. As we did so, she started to talk about where she's from, and but she didn't go in depth as far as why she ended up at that intersection. It's not my place to ask her why. At that moment, I felt the need to help her cross the intersection and get out of harm's way and get out of the rain. Shout out to Boss Russ Hot Dogs, by the way. Look him up on Facebook. Amazing guy. What he did was just so kind. Why am I telling you this? As I said earlier, I have experienced this firsthand. My family and I went to Disney World. We had 2 children in wheelchairs, power wheelchairs. We had our son in a big stroller. As we were maneuvering through the crowds, going from sightseeing to another sightseeing, from show to show, I couldn't help but let the claws come out. I'm telling you, there was a point that people would literally find themselves trying to hop over our children as if to say, oh, they're in a wheelchair, they won't do anything. And I would just push them out of the way. Yes, I did. I sure did. I pushed them out of the way. You would not be happy over my child, especially that your eyes are helping you to see that they're in a wheelchair and you want to hop over them? Nah. Not this one. And so I was pushing people out the way. And another thing, they will see you coming with these 2 kids, because my husband had 1 kid. I had 1. And then I had my son in the stroller. So I'm helping one of my daughters control the wheelchair because they got tired. So we're moving the wheelchair and they'll see you coming and they're like, oh, okay. Like they don't need to get out of the way. There was a place we went to. I think it was a ride. And at the time, we didn't know what type of ride it was or how high the ride was because the line was so long and my son just had to go to that place. So we were in line. We're standing in line. My husband, I'm here. He has one of our daughters. I have the other one. My son is in the middle. Our son is in the middle. This lady is standing on the other side with her husband and 2 children and decides she'll take the shortcut by hopping over my son to get to the other side. What did I do? As she hopped on over, I pushed her right back. And as I pushed her, she looked surprised, like, oh my gosh, she touched me. Why did she do that? That I would. And her husband went off on her, like, really? You didn't see her son? You didn't see them with their children? You're going to hop over them? Anyway, I thought that was really calm. People. People as a whole, human race. We're all one. We're all one. We all have eyes, nose, mouth. We're human beings. Why will you... Bye, honey. Why will you see this lady crossing the street and decide that she's moving too slow for you? So you have to go around her to the point that you almost knock her down. Why are people or individuals with disabilities looked at less than human beings? Why? Why? Yes, Corona, yes, the virus is here. We all have masks. The lady had a mask. The guy who pulled over, he had a mask. He had a daughter in the car that had a mask. I had a mask. What will it have cost you to just wait a little longer to help her cross the road? I mean, really, what? That's one of the reasons why I created Our Friends with Disabilities. I'll put the link below. Because people like that woman and people like our children, they need to be in environments that are not just socially welcoming, but emotionally accepting, and letting them know that it is no fault of their own that they are disabled. And no one ought to feel so isolated that they seem invisible to everybody else. Because she's taking too long to cross the... Really? Really? Have we stooped so low? Is that where humanity is? That low? That we can't even wait? That we can't even get out of the car? It was raining, so what? You have a car. You're going to a home. Please share this video. Subscribe to Ade's Corner. Hopefully, you all that are watching, hopefully this story will enable you to be a little more kinder, a little more nicer. Just practice a little bit more humanity, because individuals with disabilities, physical or none, they're going through so much already. The least you can do is just add a little bit of sunshine to their lives. Thank you. Please share this video. Subscribe to the channel. Click the notification button. I'm speechless. Well, it seemed like I wasn't a few minutes ago, but please, this is a journey that we're all on. Life is a journey. What are you going to do along the way? What if that was your aunt, your grandma? What if? Do it for someone because you have people of your own. Karma, she's okay? Do something nice so that you can get your blessings in whatever shape or forms they come, whether to you, your children, or your grandchildren, because it doesn't come It will come. Thank you so much. You can follow me on Instagram at Wellness with Ade. Go on your Facebook, Wellness with Ade. It's a wellness. Yes, I know. Like I say, I'm an advocate. I'm a coach. I'm a mentor. Subscribe to this channel, share it. I'm going to be coming to you in the next few days with a lot of matters about disabilities, a lot of things I want to share with you, and you don't want to miss it. But hope you have a great night. And again, shout out to Buzz Ross Hot Dogs. He's here in North Carolina. Check him out on Facebook. Have a great night.